play with the lead and make sure we finish the job. And against tonight, you know, guys was battling really hard, paying the price, blocking shots, and Carey makes some key save at the right time. So it was a good team effort.
Coach, Carey was saying how much he's been impressed with PK and how he's controlled his emotions, not getting too high or too low. I'm sure you feel the same, but how much do you see the team sort of following in his footsteps out there?
Well, you know what? PK is a gamer, you know, and this is what I appreciate with him. And our attitude as a team, we got a business attitude. We approach game, business mindset. And this is what I like about our group. We have to take some tough decisions at time, and we got a lot of depth. And but I'm really pleased with their depth, and I'm not afraid to move guys in and out because they want to play. A lot of guys wants to play. They're a tough decision to take at time, but I like the mindset of that group.
I can appreciate Terry in calling this a team effort, which no doubt it is, but it has been shown and proven time and time again that the confidence does come from how your goaltender performs.
No
so I
question,
feel like we can't talk enough about Carey Price. And even when he's doing the little things to Torrey Krug, even when Brad Marchand's coming and hitting him, and it just seems like he has a swagger right now.
He sure does. And I think that, of course, he was really helped by his Sochi experience, knowing that he can protect the lead. He can make a big save when he needs to. And especially, I really feel, although I never played in a Canadian city, I just know there's so much more pressure on those guys. And, you know, you have 20,000 eyeballs in that building alone, and then you have the rest of the country really focusing on the job you do. So it's an enormous amount of pressure. I think he's handled it extremely well. I like how you brought up that where Marchand went by him, because there was no outwardly emotion shown by Price, you know, hit him back or chase him. He just, nothing. The only emotion he really did show was that one moment where he threw the puck at Krug, and I kind of thought it was a fun, defiant moment. I liked it.
Well, he's picking his spots, and that is what was entertaining about it, too. All right, let's get more on tonight's game. Glenn Healy alongside Scott Oak.
Andy, thank you, and thank you, Kelly. You two are great together, and Glenn Healy and I aspire to be as good.
We're like Sonny and Cher. You know how that ended up?
What did you notice that was different tonight about the way the Canadians played in the third versus the games in which the Bruins have come storming back?
They looked fast to me. You know, when you look back to game two, they sat back on their heels, and they just watched the clock and thought, this is going to tick away. Boston is going to let it just go. No, they've got a lot of Stanley Cup experience, and they didn't. But this was different tonight. They had all the players contribute to the win. They had guys block shots like Weaver. They had a guy up front like Weiss. And I just looked to the last shift of the game where you've got Moen and you've got Weiss on the ice. And these are two guys at the beginning of the night, you didn't know if they were both going to be in the lineup together. And they won the most important game of the season.
If this series was to be the physicality of the Bruins versus the speed of the Canadians, and that's how it was billed, clearly speed won out tonight, did it not?
Well, I think what happens is you get into this building and the energy is over the top. You know, 2 goals on breakaways, and you know, certainly the momentum of the series now goes all to Montreal. And I think Montreal beat Boston at their own game. They were equally as physical, if not more. And they did all the things that matter to the crest on the front of the sweater, like Ed mentioned. Blocking shots, standing up for teammates, taking big hits to make plays. And then, of course, the play of PK Subban, who was playing the best hockey that I have seen him play. Even though he's won a Norris, the best hockey I've seen him play in his career.
Okay, I have one more question for you, but Dr. Mulder wants to get by, so go ahead. It's the legendary Canadians physician, Dr. David Mulder, who's done some, historically, some great work here with the Montreal Canadiens. Just a quick comment on Carey Price and the notion that, and it was ill-founded, that the Bruins had solved him coming into this game by beating him high.
So what did they do? Did they call the people that did all the pre-scouting for the Olympics and took their reports? Because that really worked, didn't it? No. I mean, it's ridiculous to think that you have a player of that caliber and you figured him out in 2 hockey games. Absolute malarkey. And as a result, you look at the game tonight, Price again, with the exception of 5 minutes, he's been the star of this series.
Lovely. Good to see you again.
Not so much for you, Scotty.
Thank you, Glenn. Andy, Kelly, back to you.
Hey, you know what we're trying to figure out? Who's Sonny, who's Cher?
Oh, I have my thoughts.
I know. We'll share those a little later. All right, Wednesday night, we're back at it. The Pittsburgh Penguins taking on the New York Rangers. They had a whole whopping day off. Then they're back at it. The Penguins with the 2-1 lead in that series, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. The party is still going on in Montreal. That's where we need to be. Get your private jet.
I'll find my wine here.
We'll see you guys next time.